All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my name's Mr. Joe, and we're about to watch a clip of Mr. Rogers. This is, searched Mr. Rogers Congress. This video makes me cry pretty much every time I've watched it, but I watched it already today, so we'll see what happens. But I am going to react. This is my first reaction video officially.
Now, Mr. Rogers is certainly one of the best things that's ever happened to public television, and his Peabody Award is testament to that fact. We in public television are proud of Fred Rogers, and I'm proud to present Mr. Rogers to you now. Fred.
All right, Rogers, you got the floor.
So this guy that's in Congress, oh man, he's kind of notoriously plays hardball.
Senator Pastore, this is a philosophical statement and would take about 10 minutes to read, so I'll not do that. One of the first things that a child learns in a healthy family is trust, and I trust what you have said that you will read this. It's very important to me. I care deeply about children. My first children...
Will it make you happy if you read it?
I'd just like to talk about it, if it's all right.
Sir.
I'm telling you, it gets me every time. Like, there's so many reasons that it makes me cry. I think I have a deep connection to this man. He is my hero. I needed him. Huge impact. So I just want to say, like, his tone, his quality of speaking, and like, oh, beautiful. He said, yeah, I'm just going to back it up a little.
About children. My first children...
Will it make you happy if you read it?
I'd just like to talk about it, if it's all right.
Sir. Okay.
My first children's program was on WQED 15 years ago, and its budget was $30. Now, with the help of the Sears Roebuck Foundation and National Educational Television, as well as all of the affiliated stations, each station pays to show our program. It's a unique kind of funding in educational television. With this help, now our program has a budget of $6,000. It may sound like quite a difference, but $6,000 pays for less than 2 minutes of cartoons.
Take note on that, right? So $6,000 budget from $30. So in public television in 1969, that's a big deal, right? I mean, remember in the introduction, the guy presenting, I really should learn, because I care so much about this, truly, I should learn who that other guy is, who introduced Mr. Rogers. He's obviously from PBS, but anyway, you know, they love him, right? One of the best things to ever happen to public television. So his budget went from $30 to $6,000, and, you know, he stretched that money out. He did a lot with $6,000. And, like his set, I'm sure, like it helped make sure that it was like quality production and just amazing. Anyway, but he said $6,000. How many minutes on a cartoon? Back it up.
Sound like quite a difference, but $6,000 pays for less than 2 minutes of cartoons. 2 minutes of animated, what I sometimes say, bombardment. I'm very much concerned, as I know you are, about what's being delivered to our children in this country. And I've worked in the field of child development for 6 years now, trying to understand the inner needs of children. We deal with such things as the inner drama of childhood. We don't have to bop somebody over the head to make him to make drama on the screen. We deal with such things as getting a haircut, or the feelings about brothers and sisters, and the kind of anger that arises in simple family situations. And we
In other words, to me, normalcy, right? Normalcy. This is why it gets me, is because a lot of kids, including myself as a child, like, there's so much that he helps make normal. Like, yeah, I'll play some more.
it arises in simple family situations, and we speak to it constructively.
How long a program is it?
It's a half hour every day. Most channels schedule it in the noontime as well as in the evening. WETA here has scheduled it in the late afternoon.
Could we get a copy of this so that we can see it? Maybe not today, but I'd like to see the program.
I'd like very much for you
I'd
to
like
see.
to see the program itself, or any one of them, you see.
We made 100 programs for EEN, the Eastern Educational Network, and then when the money ran out, people in Boston and Pittsburgh and Chicago all came to the fore and said, we've got to have more of this neighborhood expression of care. And this is what I give. I give an expression of care.
Just want to note that. Just want to stop and note. This is what he gives, an expression of care. Add value to culture is what that rings for me. Like, that's something I care about, is adding value to culture. This is my hero telling you. I'll get better at like reacting and backing things up and when I pause and whatnot, but
And this is what I give. I give an expression of care every day to each child to help him realize that he is unique. I end the program by saying, you've made this day a special day by just your being you. There's no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. And I feel that if we in public television can only make it clear that feelings are mentionable and manageable, we will have done a great service for mental health.
I mean, I cry. What can I tell you? This stuff, it means so much to me. He just, because, like, we're adults, right? I mean, I'm assuming you are, if anybody sees this. And, you know, our development as a child, I mean, I also spent some time in the field, and I started with like, I thought I would be a teacher, and ended up I decided to switch. Instead it's arts and education, but an artist in education. But studying child development, amazing. Like, and gosh, this man, I can't. I mean, so my feelings are valid, right? I'm not going to go into all the reasons why this touches me so deeply, like, moves me. I won't go into it now, but I'm always happy to discuss my feelings, and you'll see the influence in the art that I make if you should ever choose to check it out.
Here, that feelings are mentionable and manageable, we will have done a great service for mental health. I think that it's much more dramatic that two men could be working out their feelings of anger, much more dramatic than showing something of gunfire. I'm constantly concerned about what our children are seeing. And for 15 years I have tried in this country and Canada to present what I feel is a meaningful expression of care.
Do you narrate it?
I'm the host, yes, and I do all the puppets, and I write all the music, and I write all the scripts.
Well, I'm supposed to be a pretty tough guy, and this is the first time I've had goosebumps for the last 2 days.
Well, I'm grateful not only for your goosebumps, but for your interest in our kind of communication. Could I?
This communication, his kind of communication. I mean, he's so clear and concise, and it's simple. Like, one thing I took from Mr. Rogers is I don't dumb anything down, but I also don't like. I do. I sometimes like talk smarter than I am, but uh, but yeah, his kind of communication, it's beautiful.
Well, I'm grateful not only for your goosebumps, but for your interest in our kind of communication. Could I tell you the words of one of the songs which I feel is very important?
Yes.
This has to do with that good feeling of control, which I feel that children need to know is there. And it starts out, what do you do with the mad that you feel? And that first line came straight from a child. I work with children, doing puppets in very personal communication with small groups. What do you do with the mad that you feel? When you feel so mad you could bite. When the whole wide world seems oh so wrong, and nothing you do seems very right. What do you do? Do you punch a bag? Do you pound some clay or some dough? Do you round up friends for a game of tag or see how fast you go? It's great to be able to stop when you've planned a thing that's wrong and be able to do something else instead and think this song. I can stop when I want to, can stop when I wish, can stop, stop, stop anytime. And what a good feeling to feel like this and know that the feeling is really mine. Know that there's something deep inside that helps us become what we can. For a girl can be someday a lady, and a boy can be someday a man.
I think it's wonderful.
Me too. And of course, nowadays, a girl or boy can grow up and be anyone that they wish. But we won't get into all that. Let's continue.
I think it's wonderful. Looks like you just earned the $20 million.
Let's go. That's why they say he saved PBS.